I'd just like to tell you that I have opened the membership corner of my YouTube channel, which has lots of special videos and posts and information, all sorts of things about my background and my experience in the music business and all the people I've met over the years. And also you've got direct contact with me. It's William here, the Bangkok voice coach, and as promised, I'm doing a follow-up video to Dimash and Placido Domingo singing the Pearl Fishers duet. This has been an immensely popular performance and has had an enormous reaction online. I have had so many comments, so many questions from people who want to know more and have asked me specifically to answer certain things. So many people have asked me, does Dimash sound like an opera singer? Does he sound like a baritone? Does he sound like a pop singer? All sorts of weird and wonderful questions. But the point is that Dimash is not trying to sound like an opera singer. He is fulfilling a lifelong ambition to sing with one of his great idols, Placido Domingo. And it's astounding that Domingo at 82 is still singing. But now let's make some comparisons between this performance and a very famous performance of the same duet by Jonas Kaufmann and Dmitri Hvorostovsky. But first, let's look at Dimash. Love it. I mean, I know I've seen it before, but this is just amazing. Look at Domingo there singing the baritone part. But of course, Dimash has had a training in bel canto, and he is a classical singer, though most of his career he sings as a pop singer with a microphone, but with that extended classical technique. Let's look at Jonas Kaufmann and Dmitri Hvorostovsky. So the big difference for me is that Jonas Kaufmann sings with more closed vowels when he goes high, and he gets that tenor ringing sound that carries so well in the opera house. Dimash does not do that. He still keeps that rounded sound, which is soft-grained and doesn't have that closed core, which you might call like an E vowel or an A vowel, those vowels that have a lot of center and bite. Hvorostovsky, of course, sounds like the most glamorous baritone voice in history, and it probably is. Died too young and absolutely incredible charisma. And he sounds like a baritone. Dimash does not sound like a baritone, and Domingo does not sound like a baritone. Let's go on with Dimash and Domingo. So yes, he's going thicker here. It's not unusual for a man who sings tenor roles to have a kind of baritonal quality in the middle of the voice, especially in this part of the world. The Russian tenors sound very baritonal. It is often to do with physiology and to do with language and the way the person speaks. And the third thing, of course, is training. So if you go to the Bolshoi, you will hear a different kind of tenor than if you went to the English National Opera, for instance. But let's hear Kaufmann doing the same phrase. So it's quite dark, but he's using closed vowels. Very closed vowels. And of course, he's going a lot slower. There's a lot more word painting. There's a lot more sense of being in the place. This is much more slowly evolving music here. Here's Domingo. He sounds like a tenor, doesn't he? It's all here. It's not singing with a thick larynx. Same note, split. Okay, so the vowel is open. So he's not even attempting to do that operatic trick which tenors use, which is to close the vowels to get through the passaggio and put the voice forward, projected into the auditorium, which creates a great sense of excitement with the listener. Now this is Hvorostovsky singing the Domingo phrase. Listen to the darkness. Terrific sound. Lovely vibrato. They come in together and they split. Truly lyrical singing. Closed vowels. Going now, Jonas Kaufmann. You see, that's a mixed voice, but it's connected. It's not a cheat. Listen to that closed vowel. So there's a great sense of phrasing. It's slower, it's more sustained, they're taking their time, but also the highest note was not the peak note of the phrase. The most important note was the last note of the phrase. And this is very musical, and if you check the dynamic markings, I'm pretty sure that high B flat might even say piano. I'm not sure about that, but I think it might be marked mezzo piano. That's pretty similar. So I think that's pretty similar. There's less baritonal presence in this duet from Domingo. He just doesn't have that weight of sound that Dmitri Hvorostovsky had and was unparalleled when it came to beautiful, beautiful baritone singing. And here's the last phrase. You will hear that what Jonas Kaufmann does at the end is he uses a really strong vowel connection to create a crescendo on the last high B flat. He can't create a crescendo without really singing the vowel. So let's look at Domingo and Dimash doing the same final phrase. didn't get the last 3 chords of E flat major from the orchestra. The conductor decided to cut that. And the only really big difference, technically speaking, at the end is that Dimash does not sing a really connected vowel on that last high B flat 4. And if he had done, he might have been able to create more of a crescendo right to the end of the note. And I think that it's a very small technical adjustment that can easily be done. It's just a question of somebody pointing it out. So I hope you found this comparative analysis interesting. Please do continue to send me your comments and your suggestions, and do check out the new membership section on my channel with the details in the description below. It's William here, the Bangkok Voice Coach. Thank you very much for watching, and see you soon.